active role in trying to find the cure for Parkinson's disease. He developed his own foundation. He's raised money, monies that Parkinson's research would never see if it wasn't for his own workings with this. He's so kind to give his time to help people fight their Parkinson's disease. And we're very fortunate that he's here tonight to join us, and he's going to say a few words to you. Michael J. Fox.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Fahn, for that gracious introduction. And thank you for all your hard work in organizing this Congress. I'm going to go down the street and organize that Congress. That'd be great, too. It's truly an honor to be asked to speak here tonight. And I look out at this room, physicians, scientists, and other health professionals from all over the world. My first thought is thank you. To all of you who have made it your life's work to search for a better way to treat Parkinson's or to make it stop altogether, thank you for your dedication and your commitment. I'd also like to thank the hundreds of patients and their families who are here tonight, taking an active role in fighting this disease as advocates for more federal funding, volunteers for clinical trials, or caregivers. As most of you know, I became active in 1999 when I testified before Congress to ask for more funding for PD research. Many of you were my teachers and my trail guides. You brought me up to speed on what we knew, what we still needed to learn, and what's at stake. Today, nearly 7 years later, 5 after we started the Fox Foundation to direct more money towards research, it seems only fitting to ask, how are we doing? When you look at the big picture, does anyone in this room think we've come far enough, fast enough? I doubt it. So why not? On the funding front, the PD community did get more money from the NIH. As the budget doubled, funding for PD rose, although not in line with the opportunities or compared to other diseases. I know this is the part where we typically hit up the NIH for more money. It's a reflex. Understandable. But it is naive to think that another $1 billion thrown at this disease in the same old way will yield different translatable results. More and more of us realize that more NIH funding has brought about tremendous increase in basic research, but hasn't really equated with more progress. And now, of course, the NIH has to figure out how to do more with less. And scientists, too, have been busy in their labs. I did a search on PubMed, and there were 15,000 citations about Parkinson's over the last 7 years. But I'm not tying my tie any faster. And the pharmaceutical industry, we all know that clinical trials are long and costly, and there is a very high hurdle for new PD drugs. But do we really need another agonist? No offense to whoever announced theirs yesterday. The truth is that most of us here tonight, doctors and patients alike, are growing frustrated with the current slow pace of bringing new therapies to market. I saw a commercial the other day. Snowflakes were falling, and this pharmaceutical R&D guy was an actor playing an R&D guy. Never trust actors. Was saying that each snowflake was unique, just like new drugs, which take 18 years to bring to the market. Then he looks right into the lens and says with a grin on his face, this fight will never end. In politics, science, or business, this is a concept I don't buy into. Our fight has to end, and we need to muster all our collective resources to get the job done. Clearly, something needs to change, not just for Parkinson's, but for all diseases. Let's not wait until we answer all the questions of basic research before we take a proactive approach to curing disease. Let's focus on truly bridging the gap between academic science and clinical application. I'm sorry Dr. Zerhouni couldn't be here tonight because this is something he has zeroed in on with the Roadmap initiative. This significant paradigm shift could very well transform the NIH if it were fully implemented. Yet less than 1% of the total budget will be spent on these efforts, and PD is far from being at the front of the line. Louis Pasteur once observed that most scientists seek a practical application for their work. I believe that's true. But we have to ask, why not provide them with enough funding and the right incentives? Succeeding in bringing more therapies to patients means making sure that academic researchers and industry are in the same conversations. Academic labs and industry control the two largest pools of money focused on disease, and with rare exception, they don't talk together, unless you count negotiating IP positions. We need to encourage greater connection and collaboration between these players who traditionally operate at different ends of the therapeutic pipeline. As Mike Milken is fond of saying, we know we can build trains that run 300 miles per hour, but we only have tracks built for a top speed of 55. If we do nothing to fix those tracks or to lay new ones, how serious are we about really getting anywhere? Before I go, I want to say something about clinical trials. We need to improve the way we design and conduct clinical trials. But more important, we shouldn't let inconclusive outcomes lead to a stalemate, or worse yet, an environment of distrust. There's so much passion around the recent GDNF trials. As a patient, I'm with you. But I have no easy answers. Can we trust each other to be objective and pure of motive as we figure this out? In the end, this has to be about the patients. After all, isn't that why we're here? Those of you who know me, and I feel like most of you do, know that I'm an optimistic guy, and I want to stay optimistic. But we're at an inflection point. We have a higher amount of dollars devoted to Parkinson's disease research than ever before. More and more scientists are coming to work in the field, and we see this firsthand at our own foundation. And rapid advances in technology are providing tools that simply did not exist a decade ago. But more of the same, science as usual, will not get us where we want to go. Translating what we know about disease into cures is all about making connections, working together to lay tracks, and never losing sight of the destination. If we do this, and I'm fully confident that we can, and I'm fully confident that we will, we can cure Parkinson's disease within our lifetime. So I hope you have a good week. Connect, learn, share, and if you get a chance, talk to a patient. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. The world is a better place because you're here in it and helping fight Parkinson's.